your retro rockets revved up. We are ready to rumble short track style. Hi everyone and welcome to Kil-Kare Speedway in Xenia, Ohio for more ARCA Bondo Mar-Hyde Series short track action. I'm Don Radeball. Bill Wegge will be alongside in the tower. 150 laps the distance here tonight around this tough, tight, action-packed 1/3 mile paved bull ring. You can count on plenty of excitement, that's for sure. Well, the crews are making final adjustments to their cars in preparation for the big show tonight. Good time to take a short time out. When we come back, we'll check in with the starting lineup for the Bill Eubank Memorial 150 starring the ARCA Bondo Mar-Hyde Series. Stay with us. Welcome back to Kil-Kare Speedway for the Bill Eubank Memorial 150. I'm Don Radeball alongside Bill Wegge, and as promised, here is your starting lineup. On the pole, the veteran, car number 21 from Mokina, Illinois, Bob Strait. Alongside, car number 26, Blaze Alexander. Row 2 on the inside, the defending ARCA champion, Tim Steele. Car number 16 alongside another veteran, car number 39, Dave Weltmeyer. Row 3 on the inside, the Dodge entry of Roger Blackstock. Car number 12 alongside the 9 car of Eric Smith. Row 4, you'll find Frank Kimmel there on the inside. Car number 46 inside of the 18 of Josh Baltus. Row 5, Wes Russell, car number 85 on the inside, alongside the 04 of Mike Osgard.
And Don, in row number 6, it'll be the car number 99, Jeff Finley out of Lansing, Michigan. Next to him, car number 51, Joe Cooksey. In row 7, it's car number 83, Billy Venturini out of Concord, North Carolina. On the outside of row 7, it's car number 66, Mark Thompson. In row number 8, on the inside, it's number 48, Mike Buckley out of Ann Arbor, Michigan. And on the outside, it's car number 3, Jimmy Smith. In row 9, it's car number 76, that's Mike Flores out of Midlothian, Illinois. And on the outside in row 9, it's car number 10 of Kurt Piercy. In row number 10, car number 49, Kenny Brown Jr. on the inside. And on the outside, it's car number 0, Richard Hampton.
Row 11 on the inside, car number 17, Jerry Middleton alongside the rookie, Jeff Streeter. Car number 2, row 12, will be the 06 car of David Green, alongside car number 59, Mark Gibson, the Auburn, Georgia pilot. Then bringing up the tail, all by his lonesome in row 13, Norm Benning out of Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Car number 84, that completes your starting lineup. We anticipate a start here very, very soon, Bill, in this tight, very tricky 1/3 mile Kil-Kare bull ring.
And Don, we need to mention this race had been scheduled earlier this summer, but due to, well, we've had some weather problems this year due to a rainout. We're here tonight for this race, and I know the drivers are anxious, and even more anxious are the fans. You see them standing and getting ready for what promises to be a very exciting race on this short track.
Yeah, they always are here at Kil-Kare Speedway. The white flag in the air. We'll look for the start here coming very, very soon. But this track is exciting, as you're about to find out. This is good stuff. I think you're really going to enjoy this show. The weather is perfect tonight, very comfortable in the 80 or low 80s as we take the green flag in the Bill Eubank Memorial 150 side by side. Alexander on the outside with the edge off turn 2. Blaze Alexander will now get a good run from the 21 car of Bob Strait, the veteran who sat on the pole, of course, for this race. But it's Blaze Alexander with more than an edge off turn 2. Alexander takes the lead in the Lisa Express Sunoco Lubricants entry. It's Alexander, the 21 of Strait, and now Steele sticks a fender inside of Strait. Weltmeyer looking for room inside of Strait. Something's going on, Bill. Strait, our pole sitter, is really backing up. That's a bit of a surprise. That car is always strong here at Kil-Kare.
And Bob Strait has been extremely competitive, leading many, many laps this summer, and then it seemed to have had problems in pretty much every race and then come back and finish strong again. So, again, it looks like Bob Strait falling back for some reason. We'll have to keep a close eye on him.
I'll tell you, the handle's got to be off on that car, because being the veteran he is, Bob Strait would have that thing on the point, I'm sure, had it been otherwise. But he's beginning to back up a bit. The 26 of Blaze Alexander is not, though, with Tim Steele in tow. Alexander out of Montoursville, Pennsylvania, Bill, has never won an ARCA race, and maybe his best shot here tonight. He led this same race here last year and got punted out of the way late in the race, so he's certainly hoping for better things with 2 veterans in his rear view mirror.
And Don, we have seen Blaze Alexander show spurts of just fine racing ability already this season. It's just a matter of putting it together for an entire race. And maybe this will be the night. He told us before that he really enjoys this racetrack, and he seems to know what to do out here.
Yeah, he really does. In fact, the last thing he told me before he climbed in that Sunoco Lubricants entry was, I'll see you in victory lane. So he's confident about this show. And, you know, he's done very well in the super speedways. He ran second last year at Charlotte. So he's so close to winning, but not quite. As he takes a challenge early on from the defending ARCA champion, Tim Steele, in the car number 16, the HS Dye Simlink Ford. Leaders already in traffic.
Well, those two cars, number 16 and number 39, have already made their mark in this young racing season. And you just have to feel they're going to be there at the finish for Blaze to win this. He's going to have to truly earn it.
Oh, you better believe it. It's not just Tim Steele and Dave Weltmeyer giving him fifth. There's plenty of other stars and cars throughout the field here tonight capable of running up front and winning this race as Steele continues to haunt Blaze Alexander here off turn 2.
Well, Blaze had an excellent qualifying time. It was just a little over 14 seconds. That's about how long it took him to get around this track. So he knew, even before he started this race, he had a fine machine working this evening. Oh,
exactly. Alexander's got a good machine here tonight, and currently leading the Bill Eubank Memorial in the early stages with still Tim Steele in tow. Dave Weltmeyer still running third. He's been a former winner of this ARCA series in that car. That's a Brullo Brothers entry, the 39 cars. We watched the 26 and the 16 continue to show the way already, and still in traffic approaching the O car of Richard Hampton. He's about to go, or certainly in danger of going a lap down here in the early going. Boy, I'll tell you, Bill, you can get, whoa, a little contact there. Steele had a fender inside of Alexander, but Alexander hung on and still showing the way, as they do indeed put a lap on Richard Hampton in the O car.
Got nearly 30 cars out there, so it's going to be crowded most of the way around the track, especially this stage in the race. Not too much room to run.
Well, you know, with 30 cars in the short track business, typically the leaders are soon in traffic, and there much of the night, as we're about to find out.
Whoa!
Trouble here on the backstretch.
There's Kurt Piercy involved.
Exactly, and more trouble. The 2 car of Jeff Streeter, the 17-year young rookie from Calipatria, California, skids to the inside. In trouble is the 10 car of Kurt Piercy, who has looped it in the early going here at Kil-Kare Speedway. Back underway. Doesn't appear that there are too many problems here, and I think Frank Kimmel beat the leaders back to take the lead as we watch Mike Buckley off the wall. So Buckley in the 48 car was also involved in that little skirmish there on the backstretch.
And it looks like he's got most of the damage of all the cars involved. Shall we take a break? Let's do that. We're in a caution. We'll be back in Xenia after this. The Bill Eubank Memorial 150 is brought to you in part by Unical 76.
And as we rejoin the field, Bill, we'll notice the 46 car is indeed on the point. And in other words, Frank Kimmel did beat the leaders back to the stripe during that last caution period. So now the 46 car is shown as the leader. Frank Kimmel, your current point leader in the Steve Roush Incorporated Racing Pontiac here tonight. Kimmel looking for his first win of 1997. He's been in the top 10 in nearly most of the shows so far, and which is why he's probably the point leader, and he is on the point now. Frank Kimmel from Jeffersonville, Indiana, car number 46. He's been a 4-time winner in years past with the ARCA Bondo Mar-Hyde series and a former Rookie of the Year with this series, as was Blaze Alexander, car number 26 last year, currently running second still with Tim Steele in tow.
Many times already this season we've seen car number 46 and car number 16 dueling it out. The difference here is number 28 of Blaze Alexander right between them.
Make that the 26 car. Yeah, 26 car of Alexander. Definitely splitting the difference here already in traffic. The 06 car of David Green going pit side for service. Green, a managing editor of the new website iRace. Former managing editor of Winston Cup Racing Scene, now trying his hand here in the stock car business. Not with a lot of luck here tonight as we continue to watch the leader, Frank Kimmel. Car number 46 recorded his first Talladega Pole Award on the Super Speedway earlier this season at Atlanta Motor Speedway. Look at Steele looking for room inside of Alexander. Alexander will shut the door through 1 and 2. Good tight racing here. Steele continues to haunt Alexander inches away from the back bumper. Weltmeyer still running fourth in the 39 car. Running fifth is Eric Smith currently, car number 9, giving it a great run as Alexander appears to have his hands full of Tim Steele right now. And Steele's got more than a fender inside of Alexander for second. Steele disposing of Alexander. Tim Steele now running second, and he'll go to work on Frank Kimmel. 10-car, Kurt Piercy back in the action, way off the pace and several laps down. Beginning to darken here with the lights on at Kil-Kare Speedway. Good shot of Mark Thompson there, the 66 car, and the rest of the field coming through turns 1 and 2. Here's your leader, Frank Kimmel, car number 46. A 4-car advantage for the Roush Racing Pontiac.
Keeping a close eye on Tim Steele. He, every race this season, has been able to run people down almost effortlessly. But Frank seems to have a very strong car here tonight. Very good engine. He's moving exceptionally well through the corners, it looks like to me.
He really is. Frank Kimmel always runs well on the short tracks. Most of his experience has been on the short tracks, although they have shown promise on the super speedways, and they've brought out cars capable of winning anywhere on the super speedways, and I suspect they'll soon get there. This is one potent team, Larry Clement / Dan Faldorf owned team, driver Frank Kimmel. I'll tell you what, Bill, they have shown promise just about everywhere. Shot of Joe Cooksey there in the 51 car, and the 3 car of Jimmy Smith. Currently on the lead lap, at least he was anyway, in danger of losing that lap now, but nonetheless, the Byron Pontiac of Smith giving trouble here. What's going on? Kenny Brown in trouble. The 49 car in the 83 of Billy Venturini has touched the wall or something. There's rear end damage to that machine. He's in trouble.
He's more than touched the wall.
Exactly.
He's crushed the wall, but able to drive away.
Simon-Eyes Chevrolet, he'll need more than Simon-Eyes to put that one back together. He's got severe rear end damage on the 83 car. 3rd generation driver Billy Venturini is. His father was a 2-time ARCA champion in years past in this series, and is here tonight sort of tutoring his young son along here. And unfortunate set of circumstances. Good time for us to take a quick timeout. We'll be back to Kil-Kare Speedway in a moment.
You're watching the Bill Eubank Memorial 150, brought to you in part by Featherlight Trailers. All right, Don, we're getting ready for the green flag as they'll restart. Billy Venturini's getting some work done to the body of his car.
Yeah, they're working on it, but I suspect that may end his evening. There's too much damage to continue, although they are working on it. Looking for the go here off turn 4. Remember, the cars on the lead lap lined up to the outside with the cars a lap down or more to the inside as Frank Kimmel once again assumes the point with a 16 car of Tim Steele in tow. That's a Pontiac up front with a Ford in tow, followed by the Chevrolet Monte Carlo of Blaze Alexander in the 26 car.
And another Chevrolet behind him, and Dave Weltmeyer.
Exactly.
You don't want to count him out. That car is very strong. We've seen him in the lead laps in the past, and we've got to keep an eye on him.
Well, he drives for the Rouleau brothers, car number 39, and they have been in victory lane in ARCA competition with several drivers, including Joe Ruttman, Scott Lagacy, and Bob Strait here at Kil-Kare Speedway, just to name a few, as Steele is now all over the 46 car of Frank Kimmel. A couple of veterans going at it here. The point leader, Frank Kimmel, as Tim Steele chases Frank Kimmel on the Speedway, and also his 3rd series title here for the ARCA Bondo Mar-Hyde Series. Good race up front.
Before that last caution, we watched Frank Kimmel with the ability to pull away 3 or 4 car lengths. We'll see if he has the ability to do that right now. I don't know, though, because Steele's looking like he's trying to find an opening.
Yeah, he's looking real hard. Maybe it's a tire thing. Kimmel's tires may not yet be up to temperature where his car works maybe better when the tires get a little warmer. Nonetheless, you're absolutely right. He can no longer shake the HSI Simlink Ford of Tim Steele, who is all over the 46 car. Fans getting a good race here tonight. Steele looking for an opening. Continues to follow the tire tracks. Here's the race for 2nd and 3rd. Alexander holding off the 39 car
well, you can really
Dave
see
Weltmeyer.
On how they've pulled away, how Kimmel and Steele have pulled away from the 3 and 4 cars place-wise.
Exactly.
Look at the difference there now.
Yeah, it's quite a bit. You are absolutely right. Kimmel and Steele are setting a torrid pace. Pontiac in 4, showing the way for now in the early stages of the Bill Eubank Memorial 150 here at Kil-Kare Speedway. a unique oval, if you'll call it that. This place is full of different twists and turns, and I'll tell you what, it is a tricky track.
Little bumps and ups and downs.
Yeah, a lot of everything here. We'll hear from some of the drivers, hopefully, later on in the show in regards to how tricky this place really is. And for right now, the trick is holding off Tim Steele. Watching a little action further back, Mark Thompson, the Midway Phoenix Ford driver, car number 66 here. His first ever Kil-Kare appearance with the 99 of Jeff Finley in tow. They're currently running 5th and 6th on the lead lap. Like the 66 car showing a few war wounds there, Bill. He apparently got together with somebody. Going by the O car,
you're going to trade a little pain on a track like this, I think, inevitably.
You're absolutely right.
Over the course of an hour of hard racing like this.
I'll tell you, this Kil-Kare track typically becomes a short track war.
Sooner or later, we'll have fireworks. Plan on it. We know we'll have some after the race. They've already told us they're going to shoot off some fireworks, but something tells me we'll have some before this race ends.
Right now, there's plenty of fireworks up front as Frank Kimmel is continually challenged by the 16 car of Tim Steele, who does a little Busch Grand National racing when he can. In fact, finished 5th in 2 NASCAR Busch Grand National events earlier this 1997 season, and hopes to blast off his Winston Cup career here in the near future. In fact, he'll attempt to qualify for this year's Brickyard 400 with the NASCAR Winston Cup Series, but tonight he does it ARCA Bondo Mar-Hyde style, chasing the ARCA point leader Frank Kimmel in the early stages of the Bill Eubank Memorial 150. There's one of your pals, Bill.
There's Roger Black. We have really struggled with him this year. We've had an in-car camera in there a couple of times, and Roger just has trouble staying out of trouble, and he's had some engine problems this year. But tonight, it looks like he's got something working right. The crew's got to be very excited he's out there making some laps.
Well, Bill, that's the only Dodge entry in our show tonight. The Mopar Performance Kraken Bar Dodge of Roger Blackstock, and he's got a lot of things going right now. In fact, he's currently 5th behind the 46, 16, 26, and 39 cars. So Blackstock is running with the leaders and running very, very well.
Keep it rolling, Roger.
Keep it rolling is right. Leaders in traffic, as always in the short track business. Going by, attempting to go by the 49 car, Kenny Brown out of Cincinnati, Ohio. Trouble here. Boy, for the leaders.
Involved. Kimmel's involved.
Took Tim Steele as well. Our 2 leaders involved up there. Steele, major damage to the 16 car. Unreal.
Oh, my goodness.
This is really going to shake the order.
A couple of cars right in front of the leaders, spinning in the middle of the track, and Kimmel and Steele were unable to avoid the problem.
Those were the 1st and 2nd place cars. Here, a good look at Tim Steele, who's got problems. In fact,
tire, maybe 2 flat tires.
He needs to come in for service, that's for sure, but the pits are closed. The pits are closed. Tim Steele cannot get in. And Bill, he's got 2 flat tires on the left side of that machine, and that cannot help the chassis on that car.
No. Kimmel's car looks like to be in a little better condition. Steele's car looks like it's pretty banged up. He has got to pit as soon as possible.
He needs service for sure, and I don't know if Frank Kimmel will need to come in or not. We'll get a look at...
See, the problem here, Don, is the accident happened very close to the apron right there for pit road, so they've got to clean up the mess right in front of where the drivers would go into the pits.
Exactly, and looking at the 46 car, that left front fender crush is rubbing the left front tire. I've got to believe the 46 car will need service as well, if not to change tires, at least to pull the fender away from that left front on the 46 car. Here's a Hoosier Racing Tire instant replay. Let's check it out. Looks like the 17 car just lost the handle. Jerry Middleton, he'll take a piece of the 66 and the 0 of Richard Hampton. Now everybody's on the skids. Kenny Brown, 46.
Kimmel's trying to sneak up high.
And that's Steele got it.
Steele had no place to go.
Let's take another look at this, Bill. Another angle. Here it's already happened in turn 1. And
now it's time to react.
Time to get on the brakes.
Hit the brakes.
Unfortunately for Tim Steele, who found the brake pedal,
he did.
the 2 car, Jeff Streeter, he did not find the brake pedal soon enough and gathered up the 16 car, and, well, that's the end result.
How frustrating for Tim Steele. He reacted actually quite well. It's just someone coming up from behind really put him out of commission.
Yeah. And, boy, and there's still plenty of, and the pits are still closed. They
6 or
cannot
7
get
laps
in.
out there now.
Oh, that can't be helping out the handle on that race car. Look at that thing. The left side of that car right
on the rims.
On the racetrack, on the rims is right. And maybe we ought to take a pause right now. When we come back, you can count on plenty more action in the Bill Eubank Memorial 150. Stay with us.
This portion of the Bill Eubank Memorial 150 from Kil-Kare Speedway is brought to you in part by Racing Radios. And Don, you know those crews and those drivers have been on the radios. They're trying to get especially Kimmel and Steele into the pits as soon as possible, but pit road remains closed as they continue to sweep up debris. It's been 8 laps around, and they still have not allowed them entry.
Yeah, I'm sure the crews have been on the radios for sure, but unfortunately, these guys are not doing a lot of racing. But now I do see the green flag, yes, and our leaders are going pit side for badly needed service.
Steele sort of slide in there.
He's in a hurry, and we talked about this earlier.
It's hard to steer a car when you're driving like that on an embankment, and goodness gracious, just to keep it out there for 8 or 9 laps like that.
It's so hard to stay on the lead lap in the short track business. You got to pit under caution. They have that here, but they are really in danger of losing a lap here, maybe 2.
What a break for Blaze.
That'll put Blaze back on the point with Weltmeyer, and now the 12 car, Roger Blackstock, running 3rd. You know, that run from Roger.
We talked earlier about the interval between the 1st and 2nd car and then the 3rd and 4th. It turned out to be a big break for Alexander and Weltmeyer.
And Steele is back out, but he is a lap down. Steele did go a lap down as we anticipate the start here very, very soon. We have everybody lined up 2 by 2. Remember, the lead cars are on the outside lane. Those a lap down or more are on the inside lane. But Tim Steele and Frank Kimmel did go a lap down. Yep, but they're on that inside lane, a lap back, and that will not help their effort here tonight as we are back under green here at Kil-Kare Speedway. So let's see if the 39 car can now chase down the 26 of Blaze Alexander, the Montoursville, Pennsylvania driver, now setting up shop these days down in Mooresville, North Carolina. So certainly Alexander has aspirations of running NASCAR competition and move a little closer to it.
Just to put this in perspective, if we can, Don, what does this mean to Frank Kimmel and to Tim Steele? Are they virtually out of this race at this point because they have gone 1 lap down in a race that is this short?
Well, in the short track side of things with ARCA competition, I never chalk off Frank Kimmel or Tim Steele.
I wouldn't either.
Although
even though their cars are damaged.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. You know, Tim Steele's car was so damaged that I've got to wonder if the thing even handles anymore.
And Kimmel's got extra metal hanging off the left front.
Yeah, didn't look as bad as Steele though.
No, but he's winking at us.
Yeah, if the handles are still on the cars, then they could somehow, some way get back on the lead lap, but it will not be easy. But let's not check them off now. Those guys are 2 front runners. Mm-hmm. Look at Mark Gibson, the 59 car. You know, he started 24th and has moved up to, I believe, currently 6th in the running order. Unbelievable run from the Auburn, Georgia driver, Mark Gibson, car number 59, running currently 6th from 24th. That's remarkable. You know, when you start at the tail end in a short track race, it's so easy to go a lap down, but he has come from charge from 24th to 6th. A very short period of time. I'm telling you, that 59 car is coming. Here is the lead cars, Alexander, Weltmeyer, and Blackstock showing the way. Chevy, and Dodge for now. Dave Weltmeyer, car number 39. A Rulo Brothers Racing Chevrolet. Always a great, great short track car they bring out for the folks, and they've got one here tonight. Really have to appreciate that run, Bill, from Roger Blackstock, hanging right with the leaders.
So impressed with him tonight.
He's a contender to win this thing. That's a good car here tonight. And Roger's really
I've talked to Roger often, and he's been so frustrated this year because he knows he's so close to being good and being right there with the leaders. And for him to be here tonight, maybe this is the way it's going to be the rest of the season for him. Maybe he's gotten over the hump.
Yeah, I hope so. You know, he's had his engine problems. He's had his handling and chassis problems. Maybe he's got all that behind him now and get down to business. As we watch the 66 car of Mark Thompson on the lead lap with Jimmy Smith, car number 3, although Smith is 1 lap down. Thompson is not, though, in his first ever Kil-Kare appearance on the lead lap and currently running 7th and giving it a great run. He does not have a lot of short track experience, but he's certainly getting it here tonight. One guy that does have a lot of short track experience, though, is Jeff Finley, car number 99. Lansing, Michigan driver, a former track champion from the Michigan area. And,
he's shown his expertise. He's barely escaped a couple of those crack-ups tonight. keeping his car clean.
Yes, he has, and he's been running consistently in the top 5 in the short track end of ARCA here in '97, and really has opened up some eyes in 1997 as we continue to watch the leaders. There's Frank Kimmel in the picture, but do remember, Kimmel is now 1 lap down. But, Bill, we talked about the handle on the race car. His appears to be pretty darn good.
Pretty darn good.
Even with all the damage.
Blaze likes to keep it up high there, doesn't he?
Well, maybe that's where the car wants to go.
Yeah, he's going to take it on up there a little bit and slide it back down.
I'll tell you, he's sure opening up a door or a lane for the 39 car. I'm wondering when he'll take it, though. 2 different handles and 2 different race cars.
Weltmeyer seems contentious to stay right there. No hurry yet.
Well,
comfortable in second.
That 39 car is able to hold the inside lane a little better. So it appears anyway.
It really does.
And I don't know if that means he's handling better, or maybe that Blaze likes to run a little higher on this Kil-Kare track. It's all driver preference. And there's a shot of Frank Kimmel, and there's Tim Steele in tow. Unbelievable. It's a wonder that car is even handling.
It was amazing to me how fast that crew got those tires changed on that right side and got him back out.
Well, I'll tell you, Bill, that crew practices 4 nights a week. Unlike a lot of the ARCA crews who only see each other as volunteers on the weekends, he employs guys to work the shop throughout the week, and they do practice their pit stop, and it shows everywhere they go, and it showed here tonight. And now the 16 car just disposed of Frank Kimmel. I thought that accident would just take away the handle on that car, but Tim Steele appears to be just as good as anyone. Going by the 84 car, Norm Benning, Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania driver. Look at Steele, put a fender inside of the 39 of Weltmeyer. He wants that lap back.
Yes, he does. Just to unlap himself here.
Exactly.
Get back into the lead lap and contend.
Now, Tim Steele may be 2 laps down.
Is that what they're telling us now?
I'm hearing from race control that Steele may be...
that would not surprise me, because that would have had to been an unbelievable pit stop for them to get him in and out of there that quickly.
Right. And here, if he is 2 laps down, he's got one of them back here.
They still can't count him out.
We'll shake that out for you later on, but if he's not on the lead lap, he is certainly almost Tim Steele. Apparently, the handle's still there on the HS Sim. Lean forward a bit, beaten, battered, but the car still working very, very well. Here's your leaders, though. Blaze Alexander, car number 26, with the 39 car of Dave Weltmeyer and a very short tow. Weltmeyer eyeing up the 26 car, who will find himself in a whole bunch of traffic here soon. Look at that, 3 wide, Bill.
Oh, my goodness. They go right by Bob Straight.
That's not highly recommended here at Kil-Kare Speedway, but they made it work. Don't try that in the corner.
Some serious traffic problems.
Yeah, they all get... Look at the 59 car, Mark Gibson. This is incredible. We mentioned earlier he started 24th. He is now running 4th. That's an unbelievable run, and arguably the most impressive run here tonight from Mark Gibson in 59. From 24th to 4th, that's cranking.
This just seems like an unbelievably busy race to me tonight, doesn't it, to you? You don't want to blink.
It really, well, you can't take your eye off it for sure. It'll get away from you. You know, we talked about the traffic, and they've been in it all night long, and will be for the remainder of the race. Look at that, Bill. That beaten, battered race car is working just as good as anyone. maybe it's more cosmetic, you know. Maybe it's not as bad as it looked.
That looks pretty good right there, though. That race going on between...
That's been a heck of a race.
Alexander and Weltmeyer.
Yep, gonna get a fender inside of him. Yep. Weltmeyer with more than a fender inside of Alexander. Door to door off turn 2 with the edge. Back to 3 and 4. I believe we'll have a new leader, Bill. Indeed we do.
Yes, we do. Dave Weltmeyer, who was content there to stay in second place for about 20 laps or so, and now found a spot to get by Blaze, and now taking 2 or 3 cars, trying to break away from the pack.
Yeah, about a 2 or 3 car advantage anyway.
Got some power there.
Some breathing space. Not a bunch, but 2 or 3 car lengths that Kil-Kare is breathing room.
Well, now let's see how Blaze does and see if he tries to stay with it and hang in there and follow that lead.
Well, he'll try for sure. Can he? We'll find out as they put a lap on the 2 car involved in that earlier incident. Jeff Streeter, car number 2, showing some real promise on the ARCA Tour as a rookie, just 17 years young. I think you'll be hearing a lot about Jeff Streeter in the future in car number 2. Alexander, Bill, finished recently here a couple weeks back, 14th in a NASCAR crash and truck race at the Bristol Motor Speedway. Continuing to look a little further back, there's Mike Lors in the 76 car. Nice guy out of Midlothian, Illinois, and still on the lead lap, running very well here at Kil-Kare Speedway, racing with Bob Strait, the veteran, in car number 21. Here's the leaders in traffic, still.
It's just like any other sport, I think you could say, Don, a little bit of
it looked like
smoke there, a little...
it looked like Blaze was going to take a look.
Oh, he is. Whoa!
Inside of the O car, lap back, but not enough for Weltmar.
I was going to say, this is like any other sport. Certain athletes do better on certain tracks. It's like anything else. Some golfers play better on certain golf courses. Some baseball players play better on certain fields. Some drivers drive better on certain tracks. And Blaze Alexander seems to really enjoy driving this racetrack.
You know, that's a good point, Bill, and he does enjoy driving this racetrack. We talked earlier, he finished second here, I believe, last year. Almost won the thing. He likes this racetrack, and you're absolutely right. Some drivers like the short tracks. Some guys adapt better to the super speedways. Some guys like the more intermediate tracks, but everybody has their favorites and runs better here or there.
He looks very comfortable out there tonight.
He sure does. He really does.
As comfortable as you can be with 7 other cars out there all around you.
And we thought Weltmar might charge away from Alexander, but here in traffic, Alexander has once again reeled in the Rulo Brothers Racing Chevrolet, who's racing hard here off turn 2.
And Roger Blackstock staying right there.
He sure is. The 12 car of Blackstock, the Dodge car. And, well, looks like Mark Gibson slipped back to 5th now. I see the 9 car of Eric Smith running 4th behind the 12 of Roger Blackstock. Eric Smith running very well here tonight in the Southtown Motorsports 4, car number 9. Driver out of Bloomington, Illinois. 1 feature win for Eric Smith with the ARCA Bondo Mar-Hyde Series. Happened right here at Kil-Kare Speedway a few years back, so we know he's got this place figured out.
We've got 30 laps to go. 30 laps left in this race, and again, it's the 39 car leading of Dave Weltmar.
Yep, with laps winding down, leaders are still nose to tail, and Bill, for this entire race, whether it's been Tim Steele or Frank Kimmel or whoever, the leaders 4 to 5 long have been stacked up nose to tail, and this has been a great race.
Is that Kurt Kersey down there?
There is, in trouble again. And off the pace, there's Frank Kimmel with his damage, still racing hard.
But he's still racing hard. He's the points leader. He's got to get in those laps now.
He's got to race hard. He doesn't have a choice.
Well, as the racing continues, why don't we take a break? We'll be back to Kil-Kare right after this message. Back at Kil-Kare Speedway in Xenia, Ohio, the ARCA Bondo Mar-Hyde Series continuing. That was Kurt Kersey, and that's what caused that yellow right there. As we are winding down this race, Kurt Kersey had one of the best. He has one of the best sponsor names of any of the cars. The Zip Strip Plastic Media Blasting Oils. Well, he's blasting his way into the pits right now.
Yeah, say that fast 10 times.
I can't.
Still under caution. There's the 2-lap signal here from Kil-Kare Speedway, so we'll fire this thing up here very, very soon. Straight, yeah, going pit side.
Yeah.
Straight's had problems
Not
all
a good night for Bob
long.
Strait tonight.
I'll tell you, if anybody is capable of winning this race, it's Bob Strait. He's won this ARCA race at Kil-Kare 5 times more than any other driver, so I've got to believe that handle is off on the 21 car.
We kind of sensed that from lap 1, though, didn't we, when he fell off the pace right away?
Exactly. So soon, you know. That was unexpected because, believe me, Strait can get the job done here in the short track business, but their handle a bit off tonight. That happens. Everybody has their day or night. And right now, the night belongs to Dave Weltmar, car number 39, here in the final stages of the Bill Eubank Memorial 150 here at Kil-Kare Speedway. Weltmar with Blaze Alexander, Roger Blackstock, Eric Smith, and Mark Gibson in tow. Still 10 cars stacked up on the lead lap. Unbelievable. Here we go. Green flag in the air. Watching the entire field. Good shot of Josh Baldus there, the 18 car. That's what's left of the field anyway. Here off turn 4, Dave Weltmeyer seems to have it all figured out. But I'll tell you, Blaze Alexander, Bill, has never won an ARCA race. He's finished second several times on the super speedways, on the short tracks here last year. Blaze Alexander would not want very much to win this race. And his first ever ARCA race may be here tonight, but he'll have to hustle in a hurry as Dave Weltmeyer continues to show the way.
For those of you just joining in, it was Frank Kimmel and Tim Steele leading 1-2 for quite a long period of time. Then they were involved in a crash that actually happened in front of them. They could not avoid it. It put them a lap or two down. And that's when these two cars, the 39 car and the 26 car, took over. And that's the way it's been ever since.
Exactly.
Except there is Tim Steele as he's trying to get that last lap back.
Right. He was 2 laps down. He did get one back earlier, and now he'll need one more to get back on the lead lap and trying it to the high side. Haven't seen a lot of that tonight, but Tim Steele is in a hurry and is out of time, and he's got to go, and he'll make it work to the high side.
Just are there enough laps left in this race for Tim to make up that much ground? You have to wonder. If it was a 200-lap race, maybe, but 150, I'm not sure he can do it.
Well, it's just incredible that he's even attempting to get back on the lead lap. 2 laps down in the short track business can ruin your day in a hurry, but if he can get back on the lead lap and get a caution, he could tag in behind the leader.
He can go wide out there.
I haven't seen anyone pass like that on the outside.
It's impressive. Whoa, we got another wreck.
It looks like the 18, it is the 18 car of Josh Baldwin.
Yep.
That engine must have expired because there's engine steam and smoke by looks of it. Yeah, I think he's got engine problems or something.
Did he go up into the wall?
No, he didn't touch the wall. He just slid off of turn 2 because probably the engine expired. And you see a little moisture on the track, probably slid in his own oil. I see him moving around in the race car.
This track is really something, isn't it, Don? You really have to be on your toes.
It really is, Bill. It's been kind of a beat and bang-up day here at Kil-Kare Speedway, a tight bull ring. I wonder what's more difficult, the bull rings or the super speedways. We talked to some of the drivers about that earlier on.
Oh, no question about it. It's tight bull rings because you turn so much. You know, you're on the gas, off the gas. You know, you're constantly turning, especially at flat track like here at Kil-Kare. You know, I used to run here on a regular basis there for about 2 years, and I still haven't figured out how many corners are here. There's somewhere between 5 and 9, I think, and you know, it's going to wear you out tonight. This is definitely going to be one of the toughest tracks on the circuit because you don't have those long straightaways to kind of sit back and relax a little bit. You know, you're constantly turning here. You know, and you turn right quite a bit too, believe it or not. And you got to let the car hang out. So it's a fun little track to drive, but you know, you definitely got to be there.
Well, I'd say as far as toughness on a driver, it's probably these little tracks. You really got to work hard. You got to stay on top of the car the whole time. Speedways are a little bit more mental. You got to be smoother. You don't want to hit anything. And this is kind of a beat and bang place. A lot of fun. It'll be an exciting race.
No, I think the bull rings here, the short tracks, there's so many variables. I mean, as there is on the speedways, but traffic and setup here and just the combination of everything, I think, and total package of all probably makes short tracks a little bit tougher, a little more demanding on the driver.
On a driver, probably these, because you're doing a lot more turning, a lot more work in the wheel. You know, you get a lot more wheel banging here, and I'd say here, I think these short tracks are a little tougher.
You know, they all have their own demands. It's these little bull rings, you know, they require a lot more. The speedways, you're going a lot faster, but the short tracks, you got to do a lot more. Your thinking's got to be a lot quicker, and you know, it's hard to say which one's more demanding. You know, each one you got to put in 110%, and you just put in a little bit different parts on you know, different racetracks.
Comments from Tim Steele. Interesting, especially now that we know what's happened to him tonight.
But equally as interesting were other comments from some of the other drivers who seem to think these tight bull rings are indeed the bigger chore. Well, still under caution, Dave Weltmeyer continues to be the man on the point as Josh Baldus gets a tow in the 18 car. One of the leading rookie contenders here with ARCA in 1997. going back to green very, very soon, and with laps winding down, about 6 or 7 to go. Weltmeyer, Blaze Alexander, Roger Blackstock, Eric Smith, the top 4 for now. But if Alexander is going to win his first ever ARCA race, he'll have to hurry, Bill. Time is running short.
Watched him the last 15 or 20 laps stay with Weltmeyer, but has not really shown serious challenges. He's gotten up on that back bumper, but we haven't seen him really try to be aggressively passing.
Well, getting there is one chore. Passing is the next.
Finding a way by is another matter. You're right.
Especially by Dave Weltmeyer, who will not open up the door just for fun. I'll tell you, he's a veteran. He's been in this position before. Nothing new for Weltmeyer. He's seen this script before.
Looks like they got the track pretty well cleared up. See if they let him go. He's got 8 laps remaining.
A little less than that, as a matter of fact, now, Bill, I think.
7 laps.
Somewhere in there. I think when we go back to green, I understand from race control there will be 5 green flag racing laps left. So it'll be a short track war to the end.
Blaze. That's a good thing to know, because Blaze is not going to have to come out and blaze the track immediately. He can wait a lap or 2 or feel it out a little bit.
He's going to have to hurry.
Yeah, well, at least he doesn't have 1 or 2 laps, you know.
Yeah,
He's got 5 laps to make a decision.
I'll give you that.
All right.
5 is better than 4.
Yeah, it is. But
a little.
Maybe he should get out there and try right off, but know that he's got a couple of chances to make a move.
All right, I think we anticipate a start next time by.
All right.
I wonder, maybe this race belongs to Roger Blackstock. Who knows? You know, anything can happen here at Kil-Kare. It usually does.
Impressed that Roger stayed right there in the 3rd position for so long.
Oh, he's had a great run. Yep,
Good
indeed.
run.
We are going back to green flag racing here. 5 laps left in the Bill Eubank Memorial 150. Back under green. Dave Weltmeyer on the point with Alexander and Roger Blackstock in tow. 5 to go. And he's already
taking it. You're not kidding.
Well, he wasn't going to wait 2 or 3 laps. He's going now. Alexander found some room inside of Weltmeyer and has taken the lead with just 4 laps remaining. And is pulling away a bit. I'll tell you what.
Blaze Alexander with some race strategy there. Let's just take the lead now.
Hey, I'll tell you what, there is going to be a huge party in the Alexander pit tonight if he can pull this thing off. And it indeed looks or appears that Blaze Alexander from Montoursville, Pennsylvania, is on his way to his first career ARCA Bondo Mar-Hyde Series victory, keeping Dave Weltmeyer at bay with laps winding down. What a race it's been. There's been action all over all night long, Bill. Been a good show.
And all night long we've been talking about the confidence of Blaze Alexander on this racetrack. He certainly showed it with 5 laps left when he just took charge, went right by the 39 car.
Oh, that crew's got to be excited. White flag in the air. 1 more round. Blaze Alexander. It looks like he's going to do it. The 39 car, Weltmeyer, stuck a fender in there. Alexander closed the door, though. Little touch and go there. That's part of the short track business. Weltmeyer's alongside at the stripe.
They crash at the finish line.
Unbelievable. I'm not sure who won that race.
Well, it looked like Weltmeyer's front end crossed the line in front of Blaze.
Unbelievable. Yes, indeed, Bill. It looked like the 39 car crossed the stripe first. We'll take a break and settle it when we come back. Wow.
We really need to look at that replay to determine the winner. That's right after this timeout. This is Bill Wegge along with Don Radebaugh as we watched a very exciting finish here at the Bill Eubank Memorial 150. There you see the drivers as they're getting out of their cars. We need to take a look at a Hoosier Racing Tire instant replay to confirm the winner of this race. As we look, we see Blaze Alexander leading the race, and it's Dave Weltmeyer closing on the inside as they approach the finish line. Weltmeyer's closing extremely fast, and there he noses in front, and he pushes Blaze into the wall, and they cross the line with the 39 car winning the race.
Oh, boy. That is unbelievable. I really got a feel for Blaze, though. Set up to win his first career ARCA race. We got another angle of this, Bill. Let's take a look.
All right, let's take a look at it from the inside here, as once again you see Dave Weltmeyer making the move. Blaze slides to the outside into the wall, and then they just slide together across the finish line with the hood of the 39 car crossing in front. What a finish here in Kil-Kare. Let's go to Don in Victory Lane.
In Victory Lane with Dave Weltmeyer, an exciting finish for sure, short track style.
Yes, it was. Not typical, though, because we don't ever wreck like that going across the line. But, you know, I slipped up a little bit with a couple laps ago when he got by me, and our car was good on the bottom. And we had one last chance at the corner there, and his car slipped up, and I was able to get alongside of him. And I think he got away, his car got away, at the same time my car got away, and we just started slapping. Unfortunately for me and Blaze, he's a great racer. I hate to see that happen to him, but we ended up winning the race.
In ending up that way, does it take some of the glory away from winning?
Absolutely, all the glory. I mean, I don't feel like a winner today. I mean, we ended up winning a race, and maybe down the road we will, but he raced a good race, and our car was real good, and I just wish it didn't end like that.
Yeah, I guess that's all part of the short track business. Again, congratulations.
Thank you very much.
Dave Weltmeyer wins the Bill Eubank Memorial 150.
Thank you very much, Don. Some very gracious comments from our winner tonight at Kil-Kare, Dave Weltmeyer. As you see the fireworks exploding overhead here at Kil-Kare Speedway, we had some fireworks in this race tonight, won by Dave Weltmeyer with Blaze Alexander finishing second. Well, for Don Radebaugh, I'm Bill Wegge. Hope you enjoyed the racing from Kil-Kare Speedway tonight.